Hey guys, today we're making a beanie and I'll be showing you how to make it striped, but you can skip the color changes and just make a solid color beanie. And this beanie is worked in the round, starting from the top and then working down, and you can have no brim or you can do a few more rounds for a fold up brim, and you can make it any size you want using any yarn and any hook you want. And for extra information and notes and tips, you can find the free written pattern at vivcrochets.com or linked in the description below. For this project, I'm using about 70 grams total in Red Heart Super Saver brushed in the colors Cream and Lilac Dew. And this is a medium weight yarn. And I did use slightly more in the purple yarn because the stripes are bigger than the cream stripes. And I'll also be using the recommended 5.5mm hook, some scissors, and a yarn needle. First, we're going to start with the purple yarn, and to start you can make a magic ring if you want, but I'll be showing you how to do it with a slip knot. So to make a slip knot, we're going to place the yarn over our hand with the tail end at the bottom. Then grab the yarn with your thumb and make sure you have about this long. Then we're going to grab the top and wrap it around 2 fingers to form an X. And then you can hold it with your pinky, and we're going to use our hook and we'll go under one side of the X and then over, grab the other side and pull it through, and then we'll take our fingers out and then tighten this knot. And then we're going to chain 4. So to chain, yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook. So that's 1 chain. Again, yarn over and pull through. So now we have 2, we need 2 more. And now we have 4 chains. Now we're going to slip stitch to the first chain that we made, all the way on the left. So first we're going to go into that chain, so go through this V and also go under the loop in the back. So now you have 2 loops on top of your hook. And then we're going to take our 2 fingers and we're going to hold the loose end and pull the chains away from our hook like this, so that we have a space here. And then we're going to yarn over and pull through the loop in our hook. And now we have this ring where we can work into. And now we can start round 1. And to start every new round, we're going to chain 2. And now we're going to do 10 double crochets into this ring. So to do a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into this ring, yarn over, pull through, and now we should have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. So this is our first double crochet. Now we'll do our next one. So again, yarn over, insert your hook back into the ring, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And there's our second double crochet. And then we're going to do 8 more double crochets for a total of 10. And it can start to get crowded in the ring, so just push them over to the right, and then you have more space in your ring to add more double crochets. So here I have my 10 double crochets in my ring, and now we're going to take this tail end and pull on it to close up the hole in the middle. And then at the end of every single round, we're going to do a slip stitch to close the round. So first we're going to find the first double crochet that we made, which is over here right after this chain 2 that we did in the beginning. So this is our first double crochet, and at the top you can see it has a V, and to do a slip stitch we're going to go under that V at the top, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop on our hook, and then tighten it. So there's round 1. Now we're going to start our second round, and again, to start every new round we're going to chain 2. And in this round we're going to do an increase in every single stitch. So an increase means doing 2 double crochets into 1 stitch. So our first stitch is that same stitch that we just slip stitched to. So this V here at the bottom of our 2 chains, we're going to yarn over, go back into that same V, and do our double crochet. And again, we're doing 2 into every single stitch. So we're going to do a second double crochet into that same stitch. Now you can see there's 2 double crochets in that 1 stitch. And again, that's called an increase. Now we'll move on to the next stitch. So the next V here. And we're going to do another increase. So first let's do 1 double crochet under that V. And then we're going to do another double crochet into that same stitch. And then we'll move on to the next stitch, and we'll do 2 double crochets into this stitch as well. And we're going to continue around doing an increase into every single stitch. And after doing an increase into every single stitch, we should have 20 stitches total in this round. And again, at the end of every round, we're going to do a slip stitch. So again, first find the first stitch of the round, which is right after our 2 chains. We're going to go under the V at the top of this stitch, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop on our hook, and then tighten it. And there is our second round. Now to do the third round, again, we'll chain 2. And for this round, we're doing an increase in every second stitch. So first, let's just do 1 double crochet in the first stitch. Again, it's that same stitch we slip stitched to. So there's just 1 double crochet in the first stitch. And now we're on the second stitch, so we're going to do an increase. So let's do 1 into this stitch, and then our second one into the same stitch. So just 1 double crochet and then an increase. And this is the pattern we're going to repeat all the way around. The next stitch will have 1 double crochet, and then the next stitch will have 2 double crochets. And we're going to repeat that all the way around. So I've done that pattern all the way around, and I have 1 double crochet left to do. And in this last double crochet, I'm going to switch to my new color. So if you want a solid beanie, then just ignore the color changes. But if you do want a striped beanie to change colors, we're going to start a double crochet in this color and then end it with a new color. So make sure that you have that second yarn ready, and we're going to start a double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into the last stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, and then we're going to stop and drop our purple yarn, pick up our new yarn, and hook it onto our hook like this, and then pull this loop through those 2 loops on our hook. And then we can tighten the purple yarn and tighten our cream yarn, and make sure that the tail end on your new yarn is long enough to weave in. So I leave about 4 inches, about this long. And now we can start working with our new color, and we do have to finish the round by closing it. So we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch of the round. But after you insert your hook into that first stitch, make sure that you grab the first color that we just switched from and put it over your hook like that. So make sure that it's not just hanging. We're going to loop it over our hook and then complete our slip stitch with the new color. And tighten everything. And we're going to do that with every yarn that we're not currently working with, and that'll just carry it to the next round. And now we're going to start the new round by chaining 2. And we're just going to leave this first color just hanging while we work this round. So make sure you don't accidentally carry it in your stitches, just leave it hanging to the right side. Also, round 3 should have a total of 30 stitches. So every new round you're going to add 10 more stitches. So round 1 has 10, round 2 has 20, round 3 has 30, and then 40, 50, 60, and so on. So for round 4, we're going to do an increase in every 3rd stitch. So instead of every 2nd stitch, we're going to push that off and do every 3rd stitch. So first, let's do 1 double crochet into the first stitch, and then 1 double crochet into the 2nd stitch, and then we're going to increase in the 3rd stitch. So we're going to do 2 double crochets into the 3rd stitch. And this is the pattern we're going to repeat all the way around, doing an increase into every 3rd stitch. So 1 double crochet into the first 2, and then 2 double crochets into the 3rd stitch. And at the end of this round, as always, we're going to slip stitch. So remember that we're going to bring up this yarn that we're not working with while we slip stitch. So insert your hook into the first stitch of the round, and then make sure you pick up the purple yarn and loop it over your hook like that, and then complete your slip stitch. So if you look on the back, you can see the purple yarn is caught in our slip stitch, so it's not just hanging loose. And now for round 5, you can probably guess how it goes. We're going to chain 2. So again, the last round was every 3rd stitch, and we're going to push it down 1 more, and for the 5th round it's going to be every 4th stitch. So this pattern goes 1 double crochet into the first 3 stitches, and then the 4th is going to have 2 double crochets, and we'll repeat that all the way around. So before I do my last stitch of this round, I am going to switch back to my purple. So again, to do that, we're going to start a double crochet in the first color, but finish it with the 2nd color. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the last stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then drop the cream yarn. And then we're going to pick up the purple yarn from right here, yarn over, and pull through those 2 loops on our hook. And then we can tighten everything, and now we can start working with the purple. And remember, when you slip stitch, we're going to loop the yarn that we're not using over our hook and then slip stitch. So here is round 5 done, and you can see our circle is getting bigger and bigger, and the size of the circle you do is going to determine the size of your beanie. And for me, I have a small head, 52 centimeters, so I'm going to do 6 total rounds. And if you need a bigger beanie than that, you can do 7 rounds for a medium or 8 rounds for a large. And again, the way you add a new round is you push the increase down a stitch. So the 5th round that we just did, we increased every 4th stitch. Then the next round is going to be every 5th stitch, and then every 6th stitch, every 7th, and so on. And also make sure that you're chaining 2 at the start of every round and slip stitching at the end of every round. And also don't forget to change colors on your last stitch. So these stripes is 3 rounds of the purple, 2 rounds of the cream, and then we're going to repeat that, 3 rounds of the purple, 2 rounds of the cream. So here I have my 6 rounds, and again, this fits a small head. And now we can start building the vertical height of our hat. So we're going to chain 2, and now we're just going to start doing 1 double crochet into every single stitch. So building the length of the hat, we're not going to do any increases. And we're going to continue adding rounds with no increases until we get the length of the hat that we want. And don't forget to change colors every 3 rounds in the purple and every 2 rounds in the cream. So here I have 16 rounds total, and I just kept going until it reached just above my eyebrows. And here's how it looks with no brim. And if you do want to add a brim that folds up, then you just need to add a few more rounds. So here I've done 20 rounds total, and about 4 of it is for my brim. For the 16 rounds that I did with no brim, it's about 18 centimeters. And then for the 20 rounds with the brim, it's about 22 centimeters. So you can fold it up and then try it on, make sure that it fits well and your brim is however long you want it to be. And remember, you can add more rounds if you want a wider brim. This one will only fold up to about this wide. But once you're happy with the length of your beanie, we can fasten off. And to fasten off, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to cut our yarn about this long. And then pull through with our hook and tighten this knot. And then we can also cut our purple yarn about the same length. And now we just need to weave in our loose ends to complete the beanie. So grab your yarn needle, and we're going to thread one of our loose ends into the needle. And then we're going to move it down to the bottom of our last round, so the bottom of these double crochets. So I'm going to go through to the bottom of the double crochet with my needle. And then we're going to go to the left under these loops at the bottom of our double crochets. And we'll go through about this far and then pull our yarn through. Make sure you're not tugging too hard, just so it's taut. And then we're going to go down to a new round. So down like this. And then we're going to go back to the right under these loops in the next round. And we're just going to use up all of our yarn, so we're going to go as far as we can. And then pull the yarn through. And you can see it's sort of scrunching up, just loosen it up, but make sure it's not too loose. And then whatever's left, we can just trim it off. And our loose end is hidden. And we just need to do that for this loose end here, and then 2 more on the inside. And our beanie is finished. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions. Also, you can join my channel if you want to see my videos up to a week early, and also get a little badge next to your name whenever you comment. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.